We're in Houston at the 2012 ABB Automation and Power World, and last year we were at this event in Orlando, and you had some pretty interesting things coming out of your corporate development group in Sweden. And Magnus Larsson, you're kind of overseeing that group over there.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this rather interesting combination of HMI and video game here behind me.
Yes, absolutely, Peter. So what we have here is a combination of an eye tracker. Can I take that?
Sure.
We have an eye tracker here that reads my eyes. Right now it reads Isaac's eye. And then we have the Xbox Kinect camera from the gaming industry, and we have also gaming technology for the 3D model. And the idea is, if you are in a really dirty environment and you cannot touch the system and interact, then you want to interact with the system in another way, like to get the information from the system. You can, just by looking at the alarm list, bring it forward. You can look at objects, you can look at the trends and get the information you need. And there's a stream of objects that you're selecting by just waving your hands and get them over here. And then that stream of objects is fed into your phone later for later reference. And after you have got all the information you need, you can go back and solve the problem at hand.
Okay, so this red dot that's kind of dotting
here.
This is Isaac's. This is tracking where Isaac is looking.
Yes.
All right, so let's take a closer look at this and actually watch what happens when you're operating it.
Absolutely.
My colleague here is now going to pull out some information from the control system, but he cannot touch the computer or the screen because he has very thick gloves in a greasy environment. So he's using his eyes to look at things in the 3D model. And when he makes a swiping gesture, those objects will be selected and brought to the left screen. And the schematics view gets zoomed in on that object, so we know where it is in relation to all the other objects in the system. And now we can look at the alarm list, and just by looking at that box, the alarm list zooms out and you can see the current alarms for that object. And in the same way, you can look at the graphical trends and see how the values for that object has changed in the last few minutes. And you can navigate the model up and down just by using his gestures and swipe in any object he needs. And this stream of objects that he has selected will also be transferred to his smartphone or his tablet, so he can bring them with him when it's continuing his work.
All right, so Magnus, how far is this away from being a product, and where do you see this most likely to be used?
So Peter, this is going to be used in an area where it's really dirty and you cannot touch the system. And we are now in the research lab exploring this kind of technology, so we can take it further into ABB's product portfolio, but we really need to understand the technology fully and understand the benefits of combining all the technology from both the gaming industry and more the traditional hard industrial systems.
Okay, and then over here you have some updates of the system that Martin and Suzanne were demonstrating last year. So let's go take a look at that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Isaac, we were looking at an earlier version of this last year at this event. You know, how has it changed in the last year? And I understand that you're already beginning to deliver this as a product now.
That is correct. We have a pilot installation with this with the Swedish customer, and they are very happy with it. They are using it almost daily for their planning meetings. So what we did for this year was that we changed the underlying technology to use another 3D gaming engine, and that has allowed us to do a much higher quality of graphics here. So what you're looking at is really graphics that is very similar to what you see in modern games today. The concept as a whole is still the same. You have the main KPIs here at the bottom, you have the floating KPIs here, you have the zooming, and you can look now at KPIs for that particular department. You can tap these and see the trends and how the value has changed over time, and the same for the main KPIs here at the bottom. These are fully interactable. And the thing with using this kind of 3D game technology is that we can do things like having a safety tour. So now we're doing stops at various places in the plant, looking at things that are relevant for you as a maintenance or security officer. And you can combine this with real-time data from, for instance, cameras, how the status of your gates, are they closed, are they open? So you can do this virtual tour without having to walk around the facility.
Complete with rabbits.
Yes, absolutely. You can see some rabbits there.
Right. And where are you aiming this? What are the customers that you are likely to take this to first?
So this really could be at any site where we're using, where the customer is using 800XA. As I mentioned, we have this already in a pulp and paper plant, but this could be adapted to work on an oil rig, a refinery, a mine, really any system that can run 800XA.
Okay. So the 800XA is the important thing here. This is designed to interface with that control system at this point.
Absolutely, but it would also need to integrate with other systems like the historical databases, the business systems, like SAP to track things like costs and other things. So this would really pull information from all the systems that you have.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.